You're a fucking retard, sold out. Go fucking kill yourself, dumb shit.
Straight until morning, the universe prepares its warning, and we all speak out in the same voice, and all together make the bad choice.
I, Abba X, humbly submit a toast to Nicholas Alexander for successfully managing to pirate Warcraft 3 so that he may play Defense of the Ancients. Congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your Dota.
Stick 'em up. This is a robbery. Give me all your valuables.
Whoa, hey, it's me. Welcome back to another video. So unless you've been living under a rock for the past 6 years, you'll know what Yandere Simulator and who YandereDev is. Now, for the explanation of people who don't know, Yandere Simulator is basically a game where you play as this girl who is trying to get her senpai, and she'll basically do anything to get her senpai and kill anyone who comes in her way. Now, YandereDev is the creator of this game, and he's recently come into some controversy. So the reason being is because he's been working on this game for 6 years, and it's barely changed. Yes, 6 years. The game has barely changed, and he's been working on it for 6 whole years. He's getting even more under fire because a good developer named DrApeis came out, and he basically recreated the whole game in 2 weeks. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it started off as a fan game, but now it's going on as its own independent game with its own main character model, and I'm pretty sure all the models are going to be original. Now, YandereDev, most of his models and assets are bought from the Unity store without giving proper credit, and this means that he's barely done any coding, and he hasn't made any of the models himself, which he claims to have made some of the models himself. Now, other reasons he's under fire, he's done a lot of scummy things, and I'm gonna mention some right now. First off, a fan gave him some sort of criticism, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is what he had to say to that fan who gave him criticism.
You're a fucking retard, sold out. Go fucking kill yourself, dumb shit.
Number 2, he wastes his Patreon money. He said he would use his Patreon money to help with the development of the game and help support his livelihood like food and water. But he's used it to buy multiple Nintendo Switches that he's used on the stream, right? He hasn't tried to cover this up. He's also used it to buy dolls. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem, but if you're taking 6 years to finish your game, that is kind of a problem. Especially if you're wasting your money on other things and basically scamming people from your Patreon. Yeah, he gets all his money from Patreon. He doesn't make money from people buying the game, it's just people donating to him, and it's been going on for a long time. Third, he tried canceling development of another Yandere game called Watashi no Mono, and this is what he had to say to the developer of it. So the developer goes, "So in short, you're asking me to go to my entire community and say, hey guys, my game was fake the entire time, my coding's bad and I'm starting from scratch because the game is trash in general, sorry, you can leave the fan base now." And YandereDev goes, "Yes, because that's my understanding of the situation, and that would be nothing short of honesty and transparency to admit this to your audience." I'm 90% sure this game wasn't a copy of his game. He was probably just inspired. A lot of people are saying how YandereDev could have built a gaming empire like Scott Cawthon, and he could have made even more money than he does now. But he didn't. He ruined it by being lazy. So this post is taken directly from YandereDev's blog, and as you can see on the side here, he edits it a lot, which would be good if you actually worked on the game. Now I'm just going to skim over this, because it's 3,000 words long, and if I read all of it, then I'd be here for 20 minutes. So he claims that starting around January 2017, he began to receive massive amounts of harassment. And this is the point where people began to prank call his phone, send weird things to his house, post his personal information online, make attempts to hack into his accounts, send him lengthy essays telling him why he should kill himself, flag all of his social media to try to get accounts banned, try to convince his team members to stop contributing to the project, submit false reports to police, and attempted to get him swatted. And I'm not even going to read this because it's just bad. Do I agree with what people are doing? Definitely not. You should never harass someone under any circumstances, even if their game is bad. He says it was hard to explain how it worked, and he presents this totally horrible graph on his progress and the abuse he's receiving, where his progress goes down as his abuse goes up. And this graph just makes me laugh. The reason being is because if you're getting abused that badly, just take a break from social media. Don't go online. He's choosing to respond to all the hate and criticism. Here, someone claims that his game is made of entirely stolen assets, and he says it's not true. And he says it's composed of 1% of only store-bought assets, which most likely isn't true. I'm pretty sure all of the characters in his game are all bought from the Unity store. Here, it says he streams video games all day long instead of working, which this person who claimed that is true. They're right. He streams about 3 hours a day every day. Let's see what he has to say. Not even true. You can visit my Twitch channel and see the length of each stream. They're short. 3 hours. It doesn't make sense to make a big stink about this anyway. It's perfectly normal for people to come home after work and enjoy a leisurely activity before going to bed. That's daily life for millions of people all over the world. There's nothing weird about playing video games for a little while after the workday has ended. YandereDev has fired a tiny build programmer because he couldn't understand his code. I'm not even going to read this because I'm pretty sure this is true. I've heard it from multiple people that he hired someone and basically they fixed his clunky code that would make the entire game lag and then he fired them. If I'm wrong, then correct me. These are just a bunch of things. I do believe him on this stuff. YandereDev wants to kill his parents, that he made an edgy post a long time ago. Sure, that happens. YandereDev spends all day reading emails instead of working on the game. He claimed before that he spends a lot of time reading emails, and that takes up a lot of time of developing, which you shouldn't do. Just ignore it. There's a claim about him defending pedophiles, which I believe that he doesn't. He was just in an argument and was in the heat of a moment. But we're mainly focusing on how he doesn't work on the game. This one's a good one. YandereDev bans and blocks people when they post an image he's insecure about. Long story short, this is basically people speedrunning his world record ban to his Discord. It's really funny, you should check it out. People just post a meme about him and they try to speedrun getting banned. YandereDev doesn't think games improve from criticism. This is completely true. Anytime someone gives him criticism, he either bans them from his Discord or insults them. YandereDev is a bad programmer. I don't even need to read it. I just know he is. YandereDev's code is bad because of if-else statements. Yep. Someone recreated the Yandere simulator in less than 2 weeks. DrApeis, yes. And he did a pretty good job at it. He says that here they recreated the game because of the stolen assets, and that is sort of true. They copy-pasted some of his assets, but now they're replacing all the assets with original models. Like, the main character to the Love Letter game, which is the one that we recreated in 2 weeks by DrApeis, already has its own main character model. And here, YandereDev threatened to commit suicide to pressure a game developer into canceling his game project. I don't think he threatened to commit suicide. He basically said that if the cost of Yandere Simulator was ending someone's life, I'd take it. Which here, I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth. That DrApeis' actions were ruining his life. That he wouldn't really have a livelihood if Yandere Simulator would have died. Which, he kind of deserves this because he's been working on the game so long. If Yandere Simulator does die, just get a job, man. This thing at the end, right here. This gets me really mad. Under the circumstances described above, is it really any wonder why the game is taking 6 years to develop? It was always going to take a long time because of this ambitious nature. But let's be real here. This gets me really mad. It probably would have been finished by now if it wasn't for all the problems that other people created for me.